I'm Luciano Galvez. I'm a photographer, videographer, and it's 2023. So, what's in the bag? Going into 2023, I've moved my gear around a lot. These are some of the stuff that I will be using throughout the year for photo shoots, video shoots, real estate photography, portraits, whatever it is. These are going to be my essential items that I know I will use year round without having to move much around. I'm a full-time real estate photographer, so I'm always on the move. I always run into different situations, whether it's a video shoot, photo shoot, maybe someone wants headshots last minute, whatever it might be. I'm always using different types of equipment, so these are going to be my essentials. Let's start off with number one. Number one is going to be my main drone, which is going to be the Mini 3 Pro. This baby here is very underrated. I know a lot of people usually rocking the Air 2S, or something bigger like the Mavic 3, but honestly, for vertical video, this thing comes in super clutch. Even for vertical photography, it comes in super clutch. Sometimes, my clients want vertical reel styled videos for their house shoots. It's super nice to throw this up in the air, and it's nice to take care of drone photography and also take care of any vertical styled videos while I'm already up there, instead of having to use something like the Air 2S where I would have to bring this down, switch to this Mini 3, and that's just too much work. When you're in a hurry, time is money. So another nice thing about the Mini 3 is that it comes with this smart controller here that's got the built-in screen. This is extremely nice because I don't have to sit there and bother and connect my iPhone to it, right? If I need to answer any phone calls, I know that the iPhone is down in my pocket and it's not connected flying in my drone. There's nothing more annoying than having to connect my iPhone to fly my drone. With this Mini 3, I do carry 3 batteries, which is going to be 2 of these 45-minute long batteries. The nice thing about this is that obviously the battery life is super long. I only have to charge them probably like every 2 weeks or so. And then I do carry the other battery, which is going to be the super ultra light, which is under 249 grams. So technically, if you're flying with this, you don't have to register the drone under FAA unless you're flying under Part 107. Anyways, but this is a super ultra light battery. I think it's only got like a 30-minute battery. Well, actually, let's not say only, because that's pretty dang length. But yeah, this is my essential drone going into 2023. It's not gonna leave my bag, definitely, unless they come out with something else that's fancy. It's got a vertical camera. Next on the list is going to be the Air 2S. Like I said, I do carry a backup, which is going to be the Air 2S. This used to be my primary. Only reason I switched over is because the Mini 3 is super light and it's convenient. But this is always gonna stay in my backpack because I like to have backup items in my bag. I do like to carry backup items in my bag because obviously there's nothing worse than showing up to a client and then your main gear is out and you don't have a backup, and now you have to explain to them why you can't shoot a video. So yeah, definitely always nice to have a backup. But as compared to the Mini 3, there's no major difference in quality. All shoots the same, it flies, that's all that matters, and it takes really good pictures and videos. But yeah, only reason this stays in the bag is because it's going to be a backup. Another item that I keep in my bag is obviously the controller for the Air 2S. It has to stay in there to fly this thing, so that's the only reason it's staying in there. Kind of sucks though, but until DJI releases a firmware where I can use my smart controller with this, it's gonna stay in there. But until then, it's gonna stay in the bag. Another big essential for me that will be staying in the bag is going to be the iPad Mini. I did make a separate video for this, going more in depth into the iPad Mini, so if you guys want to check that out, it's I think the previous video I shot. But as far as productivity wise, it's super nice that I can just pull this out of my pocket if I need to, pull it out of my bag, wherever it's at. It's light, it's convenient. If I have to take notes for any clients, I literally take this out, jot down some notes. That way, whenever I come home at night, I know exactly what the client requested, if they have any special needs or anything that I need to do for them. I just read my notes at night. That way I know that I'm not forgetting anything that they requested. Another cool thing is that if I ever have any downtime, I like to throw my SD card in here and just be able to edit pictures while I have some downtime. It's super nice, super convenient. I don't have to bring out my huge MacBook 16 in order to do it. I can just literally do it right off this. Another essential that I'm gonna be keeping in my bag for 2023 is going to be the RS3. I was previously rocking the RS2C, but since I upgraded to this, it's been super convenient. Like I said, I shoot a ton of video for real estate. Even if I'm shooting any B-roll or any type of video, I'm usually gonna be rocking this baby. It's nice to keep your video stabilized. There's very little times that I will shoot handheld unless I'm shooting like product photography or product video. Then maybe I might shoot some handheld, But a nice little quality of life that I have with the RS3 is that it has that self-locking mechanism. So anytime I turn it off, it automatically locks. Those of you guys that are still on the older models that don't have that, you guys know how much of a pain in the ass it is to have to go there and lock every single individual arm, which sucks, but that's the nice thing about the 3. And yeah, it's gonna be staying in the camera bag. As a videographer, you know, it's one of my essentials. Another item that will be staying in my bag is going to be these wireless go-tos by Rode. It's my only audio equipment that I currently carry with me. I usually use these to capture any audio when I'm shooting interviews or I'm doing a real estate agent walkthrough. I'll literally throw this on them with the lapel mic that I'm using right now. And also, if you guys can tell, the audio quality is very good. This is an untreated room. It doesn't have any acoustic pads on it, so there might be a slight of an echo, but as far as anything else, you know, it's very good for the quality, the price. I think these go on for like $200 to $250, which isn't too bad for the audio quality. They're nice and portable, they're tiny, they're rechargeable, you know, and they also have extra backup storage on them. So for whatever reason, if the camera ends up screwing up, it's still gonna capture audio. It's got like a 7-hour backup, which is insane. So yeah, guys, this is gonna definitely stay in my bag to capture any type of audio. So I am a photographer and I am gonna be talking about some of the lenses that I carry in my bag. There's a few lenses that I carry, but some of the ones that I carry is gonna be this 85mm. I love this thing. It's an 85mm macro. It goes for about $500. I've had this for a very long time. Anytime that I want to get any tight close-up shots for video, I'll throw this on the gimbal and I'll throw this on the R5. For portraits, it's extremely nice. My clients always love when I shoot their portraits with this lens just because they get a nice little bokeh in the background, that nice little cinematic look to them. So yeah, it's a very essential lens that I carry in my bag and I use it a ton. Another one that I carry is the 24 to 105. This is just a regular kit lens. A lot of people hate on kit lens, right? But I love it. It's another backup. Like I said, I'm a backup kind of guy. I love to carry multiple of every single item just in case. This is nice because anytime that I'm shooting interviews or any podcast or anything, I can literally close this in up to 105mm. Usually it sits at 70 for interviews. But yeah, super nice to have as a backup. Any night photography that I shoot this on this. Yeah. The other two lenses that I carry is going to be the 50mm, which is currently on this camera right here. That I use for portraits, another backup, right? That I use for portraits anytime that I'm shooting any videos like YouTube like this. And another lens that I carry is the 14 to 35, which is on this camera here. That is my main lens for real estate photography, any type of landscape photography. I'll use the 14 to 35. Any wide angle shots that I want to use to establish a location for video, I'll use this baby here. But yeah, those are my lenses that I currently use in my bag and that will be staying in there for 2023. For these next items, I can't physically pull them out of the bag, so I'm currently using them. But two of the camera bodies that I currently rock are gonna be the Canon R5, which is this baby right here. This is my primary camera. I use it for everything, video, photo, whatever it might be, anything that I throw at it, the R5 tackles it like a champ, right? So that's my main camera there. I'm able to shoot in C-Log. It's got other types of cool little features that I love. My backup camera is the Canon RP. That's my very first like actual real camera. I did make a separate video on that, so if you guys want to check that out. But the RP is my backup as of right now. But if I want to use it as a second camera like I am right now, it's always good to have it. Another item that is going to be staying in my bag that I actually love because it doesn't take up much space is going to be this Peak Design wrist cuff. Nice thing about this is if you're a portrait photographer like I am, anytime that I shoot portraits, I'll literally throw this on my wrist for safety. I'll strap it on, and then with the little Peak Design clips on my camera, I'll literally attach it to this right here. And then in case I drop my camera, it's not gonna fall because it's literally gonna snag onto this, which is super nice for safety features. I hate carrying neck straps. That's just something about me. I don't know. I don't really like neck straps. They get heavy around the neck. I get sweaty around my neck, and I hate that feeling. So this is always nice. But yeah, a little quality of life. I think they're like about $30, so they're not bad. I highly advise these Peak Design wrist cuffs. I'm gonna be dropping all the stuff that I'm talking about. It's gonna be linked in the description, so if you guys wanna check it out, feel free to do so. Another item we're going to be talking about is gonna be the GODOX Receiver. I primarily use this only for flash photography. I'm not much of a flash photography guy, but in the case that I need to use it, mainly for real estate photography, that's the only reason I carry this. Is other than that, I like to shoot natural lighting for portraits and everything else. But in the case that I need to shoot it for real estate photography, I'll carry this on there to shoot like a HDR and flash photography hybrid. I don't really do it unless my clients request it. Then that's the only reason I'll use this. But yeah, that stays in my bag. It doesn't take up much room, but it's gonna stay in there. Now let's talk about our next item, which is gonna be in this little bag that I carry here. It's an Aperture bag. There's several items in here, so I'm excited to talk about them because I always carry these things. So first on the list is going to be this nice little Aperture Mini LED light. I mainly use this for any product photography or product videos. It's nice to have that nice little filler light just like this, right? Or if I want to add a nice little style to my videos, I can, always use this for cool effects. I can also throw any type of like colored paper on there if I want a different color. It also comes with these nice little gels that I can use. That way I can switch the color on it. I usually don't use the gels. I'll throw some colored paper on there. That way I can diffuse the lights because it is a little bit harsh, but it's a nice little light to carry around. It doesn't take much room, and I think even better, it's only like 30 bucks. Another thing that I like to carry in this bag is gonna be my little small rig mounts. This thing literally just goes on top of the camera. I can use it to attach this Aperture light to it. So if I'm shooting product photography or product videos, I can use it to light up the scene while I'm using my camera. Like I said earlier, the only time I'll shoot handheld is when I'm shooting product stuff. So it's nice to just have this on the camera and be able to maneuver nicely using it handheld. The last little cool item that I like to carry on here, I got this from Peter McKinnon. Dude always carries a flashlight, right? So I was like, hey, if Peter McKinnon carries a flashlight, I need one too. Anyways, but a nice little cool flashlight that I carry here. I just use it just in case I need it for whatever reason, right? I've actually used this in my car several times. Anytime I lose something through my seats, through those black holes, I'll pull this out and I'm able to see exactly where it's at. Fits anywhere, and yeah, it's a nice little filler for my bag and it fits in nicely. Well, that is all my essential items for 2023. If you guys have any recommendations on anything I should add, take out, or if I can swap anything out to save some space, let me know down in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Also, let me know what kind of essential items you like to carry in your bag. It's always nice to get an idea what everybody else is carrying. Wait, I forgot one item.